Six guy, he a visionary.
And they are doing BG all type of wrong, bro. This might be one of the videos that I get like almost 500,000 views on, because I'm going all the way in. Make sure you hit that like button like you like something. Let's get into it. Exclusive, baby. New Orleans rapper BG won't go back to prison, but judge will scrutinize lyrics. Musician is on supervised release, and judge's reading will decide whether he is adequately attempting to re-enter society. The rapper BG is no longer at risk of a return to federal prison after performing alongside fellow artists with prior felony convictions while on supervised release from custody, according to prosecutors. But a federal judge is prepared to scrutinize every lyric the musician, whose legal name is Christopher Dorsey, has written since he got out of prison on gun charges to determine whether he is adequately attempting to re-enter society as a responsible, law-abiding citizen, or whether his supervised release conditions should be tightened according to new court filings. The latest legalities ensnaring the maker of the late 1990s classic Bling Bling have touched off a dialogue in some circles about balancing an American musician's right to freedom expression under the U.S. Constitution, as well as his need to make a living with authorities' prerogative to enforce the technicalities of his supervised prison release plan. Music industry titans ranging from Jay-Z and Megan Thee Stallion to Coldplay and Christina Aguilera have denounced prosecutors' practice of using rap lyrics as evidence in U.S. criminal courts, saying the method is racially targeted, but that has generally not dissuaded prosecutors from resorting to the tactic. A federal probation officer successfully requested in March that Dorsey be arrested on allegations that he failed to obtain the necessary clearance to perform at a concert in Las Vegas, Nevada, where he now lives, alongside fellow rapper Lil Boosie. The probation officer also alleged that Dorsey had not needed permission to publish an album alongside the Grammy-nominated rapper Gucci Mane. People on supervised release are generally required to refrain from associating with unnecessarily with those who have prior felony convictions, among other conditions, officials have said. Attorneys for Dorsey later contended that those monitoring him at a halfway house before he was granted supervised release had provided him the adequate permission for the work in question, and he was released on his own recognizance after his arrest, pending the outcome of the case, which required Dorsey to make an initial court appearance in his hometown of New Orleans in April. But since then, prosecutors have said that despite the permission cited by his lawyers, Dorsey violated supervised release terms, barring him from having any unsanctioned associations with any people previously convicted of felonies. Lil Boosie and Gucci Mane, whose legal names are Torrance Hash Jr. and Roderick Davis, respectively, each have prior felony convictions. Meanwhile, in documents dated 13 May, prosecutors alleged that Dorsey's work while on supervised release was undermining his chances at achieving his optionable goal, rehabilitation. They point to more recent lyrics in which Dorsey alleged exalts freeing Telly Hankton and Walter Mooney Porter, notorious figures in New Orleans who were each sentenced to life imprisonment after being convicted in a drug dealing and gang violence racketeering case, attributing multiple murders to them. Free Telly and Mooney. They got life in that bitch. Dorsey is heard singing about that 45 seconds into a song titled The Comeback Kid. A new Dorsey song titled prosecutors flagged as concerning was saying gangster. It appears that Mr. Dorsey is getting back into the same lifestyle that led to his long period of incarceration. Prosecutors wrote, noting the 43-year-old had been a professional musician for most of his life. They added Mr. Dorsey is a talented rap artist and has been since the age of 13. Unfortunately, Mr. Dorsey has used his talents to glorify the violent, lawless, gangster lifestyle. Prosecutors handling Dorsey's case made clear that they do not believe revoking his supervised release or imprisoning a return to incarceration is warranted. But they did ask the New Orleans-based federal judge, Susie Morgan, to clarify that Dorsey must avoid working with people previously convicted of felonies unless otherwise given permission to do so. They also want Morgan to clarify that Dorsey must obtain court permission to make a living from self-employment as well as to travel outside of Las Vegas. Morgan approved prosecutors' request for Dorsey to turn over any song lyrics he has made or creates while on supervised release to monitor his work, with the government promising to safeguard against any copyright infringements. He was given until Tuesday to turn over his latest lyrics before a hearing tentatively scheduled for June 18th. Records show attorneys for Dorsey handed over the requested lyrics Tuesday under seal. They also argued in writing that Dorsey does not merit modified supervised release terms because he is in fact a benefit to the community and has changed for the better. The filing said Dorsey has gained employment with the Emerald Dream Foundation, a nonprofit dedication to providing assistance and education to men, women, and children in need, and has also begun regularly working with the organization Hope for Prisoners, which provides social support to formerly incarcerated people, including Dorsey himself. Contrary to the government's assertions, Mr. Dorsey has taken his rehabilitation and supervised release conditions seriously. The lyricist attorneys argue BG or Baby Gangsta was a part of Cash Money Records, Hot Boys alongside. We ain't got to read all that stuff and everything like that. Let's really get to what y'all want. Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, You're helping unbiased, independent news. So, this is why people need to think twice before committing a crime. Do you realize they basically said, we own you? Do we not realize what they basically said? They said that we own you. Nobody knew to bring up as far as the judge and the probation officers. This man is a part of two charities, one in which he goes and talks to prisoners about staying out of prison. You know what people like to do? They like to hear from celebrities. They like to hear from influencers. They don't typically like to hear from the everyday Joe. Do you understand the motivation that BG is for a lot of cats? Not only that, they said, hey, we want to pre-approve all the lyrics in which you're talking about. Everybody says free a person whether they did wrong or whether they did right. It's called emotional attachment. You don't know what type of relationship them dudes may have had with BG, and y'all don't know if ultimately they're innocent. We don't know. So for the judge to sign off and say, give me all your lyrics and all that crap, bro, this is BS. They want to bankrupt BG. They want to tell BG, hey, you got to get out of prison and you got to turn into whatever we tell you to. This is literally one of the only times we've seen a rapper in his 40s get out of prison and start mashing in the numbers, start killing it. And people were listening. I know what it is, though. You see that black man shining, making money, using his words, while you go and put on them tight-ass Dockers with no underwear and get mad that you got to strap in them stupid-ass Walmart shoes and walk around upset that this man is sitting in a halfway house, not miserable, not unhappy, none of that BS. And he make it look easy, and that's the problem y'all have. Bruh, y'all talk about freaking Gucci Mane being a felon. They don't talk about Gucci Mane being a multimillionaire, a married man, a father, a fitness guru, and a reformed ass man. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the charities that BG belonged to, that goddamn Gucci Mane belonged to. What better person to mentor BG coming out of prison than Gucci Mane? You know what, bro? Word of advice, even though you don't have to listen to it. And let me send out a rectified apology to Juvenile, because I was able to chop it up with people around his circle. They got what I was saying, but the angle in which I took it from was completely wrong, and I'm going to tell y'all why. When a woman takes a child and she goes somewhere and stuff like that, bro, the court systems make it beyond difficult for a man to take care of his child. And ultimately, all he can do is just provide from a distance, or he has to uproot his whole entire life and then change stuff while still having other kids he had to provide for. That is selfish to the other kids, unfortunately. So, with that being said about BG's son getting shot, his son chose the streets. Could Juvie have been a better influence? Yeah, I'm going to stand on that one. But I'm not going to give him as much blame as I did before. He gets a small amount of blame, but not everything. But back to BG, bro. They don't want to see that man win. They want to see that man do exactly what they want him to do. Because if BG comes out and starts killing it again, they're going to look stupid. So, the word of advice for BG. Honestly, bro, just start campaigning. Just start campaigning, bro. That's all you can do. Start spinning your lyrics, do everything that you're doing and all this stuff, and adhere to the freaking DA's rules and all that crap. I mean, the judge's rules and all that stuff. But start getting people to fight on your behalf. Start using all these bloggers and all this stuff and everything. Start using all these streamers to tell your story, because this is beyond, it's not even unfair. This is discrimination. So are you telling me that any rapper that comes out can't do anything? So we do know this thing about momentum and algorithms and all this crap. Judge, do you realize if he's not able to do this, he's not able to go take care of his kids? Now, there are some rumors about him not taking care of people and stuff like that, but from what his wife said, he's doing good. He's taking care of what he needs to take care of. So, man, it is what it is. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button like you like something, man. Forces to the algorithm, bro. That judge is foul. That goddamn probation officer, all these cats are foul, bro. This is so unnecessarily unneeded. Now, I can see if BG was outside and doing all this stuff. Cuz is doing this from a halfway house. A halfway house. And we ain't heard about him dirty testing. We ain't heard about nothing. We ain't hearing nothing. We hearing this man make music. Ain't even really around people, going to different fields and performing songs and then coming back and taking care of people. Y'all gotta be kidding me, bruh.